This happened to me a few years ago, while I was backpacking through Europe. I had just arrived in Prague and was staying in a hostel. There was a group of about 10 of us going on this trip, and when we got to the hostel, we met our tour guide. He was a local who had studied English specifically to lead these tours, and he was super excited to show us around. On the first night, we went out for dinner and drinks. We were out until about 1 a.m. And when we got back to the hostel, we were told to be quiet because there was a curfew and we didn't want to wake up the other guests. The room was completely dark except for a sliver of light coming under the door. As we're talking, this light starts to grow bigger and bigger, and then we hear a knock. Now, we all look at each other, confused, and then we start to scream at the top of our lungs. The light under the door grew brighter and the knocking got louder, and then, all of a sudden, the door bursts open and this huge, hairy monster is standing in front of us. We all start screaming and running for the hills. Some people jumped out of windows, others ran into the forest. I remember tripping over my own 2 feet and falling onto the ground. I scraped my knee and elbow, but I didn't care. I just kept running. I ran as fast as I could, as far as I could, and then I just collapsed onto a log. I was sitting there catching my breath when I heard a twig snap behind me. I turned around and saw the most terrifying thing. It was the monster from the room. But it wasn't alone. There were hundreds of them, and they were all staring at me. I don't know what these creatures were, but I knew I didn't want to find out. I started to scream for help, but my voice wouldn't come out. It was like the forest was eating my sound. The more I tried to scream, the quieter I got, and then one of the creatures started to approach me. I don't remember much after that. I think I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. A doctor was standing over me saying, "You were brought in unconscious with severe injuries. You have a broken nose, a concussion, and multiple cuts and bruises. How did this happen?" I looked over at the window and saw the news. The headline read, "Forest creature terrorizes city." It had been all over the news. Apparently, these creatures had been attacking people in the forest, but the scariest part was yet to come. The doctor leaned closer to me and whispered, "They found your friends. They were all eaten alive."